So I have a little bit of an analogy I want to share, because I get analogies sometimes just pop into my head, and they usually have some sort of like symbolism to them that I think explains, for me anyway, I think they explain a concept that I'm kind of searching for pretty well. So I want to talk about that. So yeah, it's an analogy, and it's actually about butterflies. So I'm just going to kind of talk about the butterfly in that context, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it. So, I've thought about it already, but I don't know, I overthink things. So I'm just going to kind of talk about what kind of makes sense to me and the symbolism of the butterfly when it comes to being of service to others through God. So, yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to talk about. So I wanted to just kind of mention, I guess the starting point is the butterfly as far as, I think I'm going to go with the wings first. So as far as service to others, so the starting point for service to others is really nurturing yourself, actually, because you want to get to a place, obviously, you want to prioritize others, and you want to, I hope I'm explaining this right, because I still want to emphasize the point of helping others. But to be able to help others, like, you have to take care of yourself a decent amount too. Like, you can't, you can't take care of a bunch of people if you're not taking care of yourself as well. So you don't want to forget yourself. You don't want to lose yourself, giving pretty much all of yourself to others. You want to find a balance. But then through nurturing yourself more and more and more, then you get the capacity to help, I think, a lot more people. So it ends up helping a lot more in that context. But anyway, I just want to emphasize first the value of nurturing yourself. And so while through nurturing yourself, being aware that that's going to enable you to help others, and really pulling that energy, I think, or that idea, kind of that devotion to helping others, and recognizing that to help others, you're going to have to help yourself as well, and kind of not feel that guilt that you might feel in self-care or helping yourself, because you know that you're also like leading up to being able to help others more through helping yourself, but you still want to prioritize helping other people. So that's, I think, what I'm trying to say. I hope it makes sense. But anyway, on with the butterfly symbolism. So to start with, I guess I'm going to go with the bottom right. I kind of thought about it. I was like, I think it's the bottom right. So the bottom right wing I look at as yourself. So looking at like your the right, it doesn't really matter which wing it is, but I'm just going to start with the right wing. So the right wing, you want to look at, I think it's like the bottom of the right wing being yourself. And so it's that initial starting place where you're focusing on self-care for yourself, you're focusing on helping yourself, nurturing yourself to the point of being able to help others. And that could be like in the form of getting out into nature, enjoying being out in nature. It could be taking care of your physical health. It could be like taking vacations if you have the money to take vacations. It doesn't even have to be elaborate vacations. It could just be, it could be a staycation or whatever. But anyway, and then just kind of doing things that bring joy to your soul. But the more you emphasize that taking care of yourself is going to lead you to help other people, the more that you realize that a lot of the joy you get in life is going to be from helping others, because so much of life is connection through love of helping other people, which is part of being of service to others. So anyway, so that starting point, and I'm not explaining it as well as I want to, but oh well, I'll hopefully get there. If it's not in this video, some other point, maybe I'll talk about it. But anyway, so the bottom of the right wing, the bottom of the right wing would be you, like nurturing yourself. And then you want to nurture, there's the top of the right wing. So the top of the right wing is like your family relationship, if you have children, your children, close friends. And then if you have a romantic partner, a husband, a wife, a romantic partner, someone like that in your life, then it would be really, really nurturing that romantic partner relationship as well. And the beautiful thing in that is that when you nurture that, so much of that is quality time, which is nurturing you anyway, just because you enjoy time together, but also because it's that love. It's that development of greater love through quality time and nurturing. So anyway, you really want to focus on just loving the people in your life, especially the people very close to you. And if you don't have a lot of people close to you, then really trying to, if you believe in prayer, praying for people to come into your life that are going to be able to be closer to you, and get closer to you. And if you want a romantic partner, praying, I want a romantic partner. I don't have one yet, but I'm praying for one. So anyway, but then also kind of just, I don't know, just emphasizing nurturing that family, that loved one relationship. And then I think I'm going to go now to the body. So the body with the antenna and everything else, that is, I consider God. I don't know what you call the body of the butterfly. I didn't look this up, but the body of the butterfly, the part of the butterfly between the two wings, or the four, I guess it's 4 quadrants of wings, but the two, the right and the left side. So that the body of the the butterfly in the middle. I look at that as God. And God, I thought of this earlier, and I don't know if it's going to come out right, but I'm going to try. So God is, it's that middle, and also I only thought of this an hour ago, so it's not I thought about this a lot. So if I mess up, I'm sorry. But anyway, so the middle is the butterfly. The middle of the butterfly is God, in this analogy, as far as I see it anyway. So God is initially the caterpillar, and then the caterpillar not blossoms, but becomes a butterfly. And that essentially is God putting that energy into creating something more, and that's putting that energy into creating something more through us, through love. And that's with the intention of us leading through love to help others. And you could argue technically that in every butterfly, in this analogy, in every single butterfly, because there's not just one butterfly, there are a bunch. That's the whole point. And God is in every single butterfly is almost that body of the butterfly, between the two wings, that part of the body. So anyway, so that's the driving force. But without the wings, without us coming from God and then really bringing life through flight, God can't do as much without existence beyond himself. He can do a lot, but that's the whole point of life, is for him. I'm not saying this right, but it's he can only do so much without creating existence. And so existence is the wing, basically, that really gives flight to God. I am not explaining this part well, but hopefully maybe it'll make more sense to me later. But anyway, so God is that in between. God is that is basically the caterpillar that became the butterfly, and then you've got the in between, the body between the wings. That's God. But like I said, without being able to fly, the butterfly would just be crawling. And so God creates us, I think, to kind of expand upon him and expand his love out. So instead of just crawling from place to place, he can fly, essentially. So then you've got the left side of the butterfly, the wing. So you've got the left wing of the butterfly, and that's others. So you've got, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. You've got I'm supposed to be talking about service to others. So that's what it was. So service to others. So the left portion of the wing, or the left wing of the butterfly, is service to others. And the thing with that is you want to start focusing on what you're able to do. So if you have more money, then you'd be donating a lot of money. If you don't have a lot of money, you might just give a little bit of your time. You wouldn't even necessarily give money. And if you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money, maybe you're stretched thin, then it might just be as simple as praying or just finding little things you can do. Like, it's the small steps within your capacity. And then if you're more capable, then you give more. But I think the more you focus on helping others, the more God is just like, here, this is what you should do. And so, anyway, so like the left wing would be the service to others. And that part, I'm not really explaining as well as I want to because I haven't thought about it enough. But anyway, with the second part of the butterfly analogy and the butterfly symbolism when it comes to being of service to others through God. So I think what I was trying to say before was for that wing, basically the left wing of the butterfly and the symbolism is that you want to be like, and again, like all the wings are important, left wing, right wing. Obviously this isn't political and I'm not a very political person. So I'm not talking politics. I don't want anyone to think I'm talking politics here because I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about a butterfly. So anyway, so the left wing of the butterfly is, like I said, was like service to others, helping others. So anyway, so as far as, being of service to others, let's say you have no children and you're not a caregiver, there's no one in your life you're really trying to nurture that much. Then you have probably, assuming you're not sick or something, you probably have a decent amount of time on your hands, not like a ton of time, but at least a little bit of time where you might want to emphasize nurturing the community a little bit more. So assuming you don't have much family or you're not really much of a caregiver. But then you're training yourself to be very nurturing to others in that way. But like if you have children, then a lot of that nurturing would go to your children, but it goes a long way when you help others because you're teaching your children the value of helping others. So you might only have the time to spend maybe 2 hours a week helping others in your community or whatever it is, or really emphasizing to your children prayer to others if you believe in prayer. I'm trying to get into a place of prayer. It's new to me. But anyway, at least as an adult, it's new to me now. But I'm trying to get in that place of prayer. But anyway, so a little can go a long way in that sense, where if you have a lot of, or you have children at all and you don't have a lot of time on your hands, just a little bit of energy going into, very heartfelt energy going into helping the community and helping others to extend that love, I think really teaches your children a lot. And they can, as adults, really lean into that as a foundation. So anyway, and then I forget the rest. I don't forget the rest. I was forgetting it, and now I remember. So you can't really, like I said in the first video, you can't really fly without, God can't really fly without us, right? If God didn't create us and he didn't create any form of creation and it was just God sitting there, like he wouldn't be able to do so much, right? And part of his existence and expanding his love is living through us, and influencing us through love. So anyway, and then sorry, I'm like rambling, but I'm not used to these conversations. They're still very new to me. So anyway, so it would be kind of like God just crawling around, without being able to really fly. But if one wing is broken or one wing is really injured, then the butterfly can't fly. And so like maybe occasionally the butterfly can fly a little bit, but it can't really, catch the breeze or whatever, and then it doesn't really go so far. And so that's kind of the symbolism there, I think, in life, is when you're not nurturing yourself, you're not nurturing, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your romantic partner, and you're not nurturing society through the community, you're not really going to be able to take flight for long, if at all. And but what happens is through taking flight, you can pollinate a lot more flowers. And if like every butterfly is doing this, then they can pollinate a lot more flowers and create a more beautiful world, basically, and then sustain each other because they're pollinating more flowers. Therefore, there are more flowers that can provide them nourishment. And so, yeah, that was basically the symbolism. I'm trying to think if there is anything else. I don't really think there's much more to it right now, but yeah, I think that's about it. Although I want to say something kind of cool. If you're into signs or anything, when I was walking out here, because I like to record these outside, which of course a neighbor's dog is barking right now. Well, multiple dogs are barking right now. But when I was walking outside to do this, right before I recorded this, like a few minutes before I walked out here, well, actually more than that, because I ended up walking around for a while after that. But anyway, when I first walked over here, I saw 2 pine cones on the way from the house to the backyard. And yeah, and so the symbolism of the 2 pine cones, if you are into symbolism at all, is obviously like the pine cones themselves, but also the fact that it's 2. So it's like partnership, and it's kind of like partnership with the world, partnership with God. So whichever that is, I don't know. But anyway, I think the point is it's all of it, really, because it's like God and love, and then creating us, and then us finding God's love through others, as well as God's love through the divine. So anyway, I think that's it, but thank you for listening. And yeah, this was about butterflies. All right. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.